He is known for making socio-political and human rights documentaries that not only resonate with viewers, but shake up the system as we know it. Yes, I'm talking about the man many critics like to call the godfather of documentaries. Anand Patwardhan's latest film that documents his parents and the revolutionary times they lived in premiered at TIFF last month. Now it's made its way to the Indian Film Festival of Los Angeles, where it's enjoying its US premiere.
I didn't even know I was making this film when I was making it, most of the part that I was making. I was making it because my parents were getting old and I wanted to preserve their memory for myself. So it was like people shoot at home, birthdays and anniversaries or whatever things happen at home. So I was doing that, not thinking it's going to be a film.
You're doing your history there, no? Actually, then outside photographer, where is my father's photograph?
Initially I was just filming these things, but then slowly I started to do interviews with my parents. That took me a long time because, you know, it's very hard to talk to your parents as if they're the subject.
You do these exercises also.
That I love doing like. I laugh all the way through that. I don't have to practice laughing.
Sadly, I didn't ever interview my two eldest uncles who were the most involved in the freedom struggle. One of my uncles spent 11 years in jail over a period. I mean, go to jail, come back and be put in jail again. Because that was a non-violent movement. People did satyagraha and just got taken away.
Then for Gandhiji, another short moment. By coincidence, both Rao Kaka and Lakshmi Kaka wrote to each other in every national movement. Yeah, they also had felt the same
thing at the same time.
So the film was important not just for me to document my parents and as a home movie, but it had something to say to our country because it was talking about a time where things were completely different from what they are now. I mean, the people who fought for India's independence were not fighting for a single religion. They were fighting for a secular democracy.
So we were planning to tell Gandhiji that we married because we loved each other. But then he was shot the very same month.
The people who are in power right now in India never fought for independence. None of them went to jail against the British. One guy went to jail, Savarkar, and he wrote 5 mercy petitions. He had fought the British in his younger days, but once he went to jail, he wrote 5 mercy petitions and finally got released. And after that, he never spoke against the British again. He gave an undertaking saying that he would not, and he obeyed that undertaking. And what he did was he plotted the murder of Mahatma Gandhi. He was the brains behind Gandhi's assassination. So Godse was just the trigger man, but Savarkar, I mean, it was a big plot and it was an upper caste plot.
Nathuram Godse is a product of RSS. RSS, who has no faith in democracy, who has faith in violence. He is fanatic, he is anti-Gandhi.
This is not the India that was meant to be. This is not the India that we fought for when we were fighting the British. This is something that has to, I mean, the independence struggle has to continue because we're not yet independent.
There is less communal tension in the villages because they share the same life. They don't have a feeling that I am a Hindu and I am a Muslim. They say, oh, I belong to this place.
So the only purpose of these awards for me is that they give the film some visibility, and in a sense they give it some protection also, because, you know, the government, although they don't allow my films to be shown openly very often nowadays especially, but at least I'm still alive and I'm still able to function, and that's perhaps because the films are at least known in other places.
When the war finished, I realized, what did we achieve after that war?
Raise the stakes at all levels and to benefit nobody.
And that's just a waste of resources.
तो इतने पैसे गरीबों को दे देता नहीं तो गरीब परिवार पलता.
The last film of mine was not allowed, never got a censor certificate. They even tried to stop it at a film festival where censor certificate is not required. But we went to court that day and the court ruled that the film could be shown at the Kerala Film Festival, and so it was shown by court order. So the other thing we do is I end up putting it out free on YouTube because that's the only way I can get people to watch the film.
ये शपथ लेते हैं आज के बाद कतर में उतरेंगे नहीं मरे हुए पशु के निकाल का काम भी करेंगे नहीं दुनिया के दलित.
Unfortunately, the OTT mediums are so scared of being thrown out of India that they won't touch my films. So far, they have not touched my films because they liked, Netflix liked it and told me that we'll be thrown out tomorrow if we show this. I mean, you saw what happened to the BBC after they showed the film on Modi. BBC was attacked. So that was a lesson that the government was sending to everyone to shut up. If you want to be in India, you want to make some money, and that's the attraction of India. That is why the Indian government gets away with the kind of human rights violations, because the world thinks of India as a super big market, biggest population in the world. So every country wants to go, every country that has something to sell and gain by trade, they're friends with the government regardless of human rights violations.
अगर जब बाबरी मस्जिद रहेगी तो हिंदुओं पर जो कलंक हमें अपनी गुलामी याद दिलाता रहेगा. अरे हम इसे को उठा कर रहेंगे. ये गुलामी का चिन्ह है, इसे हम खत्म करेंगे, चाहे खून से करें चाहे गोलियों से करें. और 3,500 बड़ी हम गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट के अध्यापक हैं, लेकिन आप छोड़ देंगे कलम और पकड़ेंगे रिवॉल्वर.
One film doesn't change the world, but I think that people who actually come and watch the film, I think they will take away something from it. It will start a process of thinking.
You haven't wished Papa yet, Mami?
No, I will have wished him before you people.
The funny man.
So you are funny.
Thank you.
सागर सबसे